Amazon Prime Day is quickly approaching, and if you are looking to get good deals on fun stuff that you can use in your homeschool that will be helpful to you, then be sure to stick around and watch this video because I have got my top must-have Amazon favorites for homeschoolers. So let's get started. Before I jump into these homeschool favorites, I did want to mention one thing for homeschoolers that you can't get on Amazon, and that is a homeschool conference experience, specifically an online homeschool experience where you can join from wherever you are, regardless of the state, regardless of even the country that you are in. I am going to be speaking at a conference called Brave 2024, and I would love to have you guys join us. I will leave a link down in the description below with all of the details, but what I do need to tell you is that right now, for a limited amount of time, the tickets are only $37. It's our early bird pricing, our best deal yet, and this conference will take place August 1st through 5th. There are amazing speakers that are going to be there, like Andrew Pudwa, Dawn the Minimal Mom, Amber from Heritage Blog, Aaron from Gentle and Classical will be there, as well as many other amazing speakers. So be sure to check the details down below. First up, let's take a look at some of my favorite technology resources from Amazon that you can use in your homeschool. Especially if you're looking to snag a good deal for Prime Deal days, they almost always have on sale their Amazon Alexas. They have a lot of different versions now, and you can find the one that fits right for you and your family if that's something you're interested in, but we use this in our homeschool a lot. We have regular routines and alarms set off all throughout the day that go off and say, hey, it's snack time, or okay guys, it's time for moving to your group subjects or your individual subjects. It kind of helps keep us on task and almost works like a school bell. But it's not just that we use our Amazon Alexa for. We also use it to play audiobooks. I have morning playlists of music that come on when it's time to start school, and by the time the music is done playing, the kids should be ready to start school. So it kind of works as a great transition tool to kind of brighten our day and to let kids know, hey, we're about to start. And what you may or may not know is that Alexa actually comes preloaded with a lot of free educational games. Now, I'm not going to get into that in this video, but if you do want to see a video all about the different educational games you can get on your Alexa, be sure to check out the video down in the description below. Next up on our technology favorites is the MP3 players. So I love to get high quality but inexpensive MP3 players for my kiddos for their school time specifically. Of course, if I have audiobooks or Adventures and Odysseys or things like that, I can obviously load them onto the MP3 player, but it can actually do a lot more than that for my homeschool. We love to use Phonetic Zoo from IEW, and with that, it has an audio recording of their spelling words, so I'm able to put that on their individual MP3 players, so it's loaded and ready to go. I actually have also done this with All About Spelling, where I record the different spelling words so that they can practice their spelling list without me being there. We also have several different curriculums like history, science, and more that we actually have audio versions of the textbook. So if my kid wants to revisit something, maybe they have questions about it, they're studying for a test, or maybe that particular day we weren't able to listen all together and they need to listen individually, they can do so on their MP3 player. But oftentimes I get asked, what do they actually use to listen with? So that brings me to my third product, which is the iClever headphones. Now, we've been using iClever headphones in our homeschool for about 4 years now. I'm actually going to show you one of the very first headphones that we got from them from Amazon. And here it is. After 4 years of use, it is still totally intact. It has handled a lot of wear and tear with 6 kids, and these are my little ones' headphones. So they have held up incredibly well, which I absolutely love. But we decided to get some new ones and turn in our corded ones for our Bluetooth wireless headphones. It's just one less thing to worry about and makes it easier for them to use. I love these headphones a lot because they have a lot of padding on the ears and on the top of the head, so my kids who have sensory issues don't get bothered by digging into their head like it does with other ones. And then I personally like it because it folds up really compact and you don't have to worry about breaking any wires. It's compatible with all of their Bluetooth devices, so when we are working at the doctor's office, in the waiting room, when we are going to and from places in the car and they need to work on something on their tablet or their MP3 player, they're able to listen along with these. As you can see, they come in different colors, but they also have cute designs, some with like little ears and things like that. My kids are getting a little old for the fun design, so we stick with the classic ones, but they do have them. And I love the fact they have big control buttons on the side, so again, it's easy for little ones to use and also easy for your older kids as well. And of course, the most important thing is safety. And with these headphones, they have an automatic volume control on them that will not allow them to go over a certain decibel, so your child cannot listen to whether it's music or audiobooks or their textbooks too loudly loudly where they could damage their hearing. I will link down below all of these products that I am talking about here today in this video, but maybe you are not a tech family and you are looking for some school supplies to help you in your homeschool. Well, that's what this next category is for, and of course, we are not going to disappoint. I am not going to mention the laminator that I love, even though I kind of want to. But I'm going to mention some of the other things that we love to get from Amazon. The first up is my Brother label maker. This one has been awesome. I had the edition before this and had it for several years, and it held up great. I love to use the label maker to label all the different drawers. We have them in our bookshelves to label the different categories. You can see that in my homeschool organization of our home library video. I'll link that down in the description below as well. It has the ability to easily switch out different tape cartridges, so you can do clear ones, you can do colored ones, you can personalize it, and of course you can change the font, the size, the style of the text as well. One of the other things that I have loved buying from Amazon since I started homeschooling was Velcro strips, but the Velcro strips themselves became a little cumbersome, and I found that I was coming up with a lot of waste and a lot of sore fingers from cutting all of the different pieces. Now, we use Velcro strips in a lot of different ways, whether it's making a visual schedule for some of my special needs kiddos, whether it was making interactive notebooks with some of the fun things you can find on Etsy. We just went through a lot of these. And so I ultimately ended up finding these Velcro dots that I love way more. They're still very affordable on Amazon, and it simply is a peel and stick option. There was less waste that was happening, and they were so much easier to use. Here you can see it on our visual schedule that we have for my daughter. I'm able to go in. This is one that I made for her. I have it available in my Etsy store. It's also available in my community at Made to Homeschool, so you guys can check that out as well. But it was one of those where now she can move the pieces in and out, and all I had to use was a Velcro dot. Now, I promised you I wouldn't talk about my laminator, my Scotch Pro laminator that I absolutely love, but what I will mention is that I love to get the laminating paper from Amazon. I actually get the Amazon brand. I like to get the little bit thicker option as I feel like it holds up better, but it is a great deal on Amazon pretty much year round, and it may or may not be on the Prime Day deals, but it's definitely something to keep your eye out for. It is much cheaper than the Scotch brand or some of the other brands out there, but actually holds up. I've tried other off brands and they fall apart very easily, and so it ends up just being frustrating. Also, on my school supply list, I like to buy my bigger binders on Amazon. So let me clarify, smaller binders, 1 inch and under, sometimes even 2 inch, are probably going to be cheaper at your local Walmart or maybe at one of your office supply stores if they're running a great back to school sale, but they're 3 inch to 2.5 inch binders. Oftentimes there's not a lot of options there in color or style, and they're usually fairly pricey. Amazon usually ends up being the same price or cheaper depending on the sales that you can find. And I like to get these bigger ones here so that I can get a variety of colors. We use these for our homeschool portfolios. At the end of the school year, I file away samples of all of my kids' work. Again, you can see a video linking how to do all of that in the description below, but we are able to have a wide variety of colors over the different years to represent our hard work that we have done, and I love grabbing those from Amazon each year. Now, one homeschool supply that I will mention but give a caveat to is Ticonderoga pencils. I love Ticonderoga pencils. They are well worth the investment. They are fantastic pencils, and honestly, anything that's not a Ticonderoga pencil is not allowed in my house because they don't break and their erasers hold up well and they sharpen evenly, and Amazon is a place I get them every single year. However, only when they are running really good sales. So just take note of how much they cost in your typical Walmart store or wherever you like to buy your school supplies, and then watch for those sales to hit. It comes around probably every couple of months that you can get a big 96 pack of pencils at a fantastic deal. But as a regular price, oftentimes it's a little bit more than your local store. So just keep an eye out, watch for those deals. A lot of times it happens on Amazon Prime Day, although of course I can't guarantee what they're gonna have on sale. Our third category is storage, and there are a lot of great storage options on Amazon. And there are some things I love to buy from there and other things that I definitely don't recommend buying there. You guys know I love my rainbow rolling carts that I had for years. I don't recommend buying those on Amazon because they're almost never as good of a deal as you can get at local stores like Sam's Club, Aldi's, or Michael's with like a 40% off coupon. So I would say shop local for more of that kind of thing. But when it comes to some of the other kinds of rolling carts, you can get some great deals. Last year, we were able to get this 5-tier rolling cart that kind of is really compact. So if you're working in a small space, this is a great option. It can hold your curriculum. It can hold maybe your group subjects that you're working on all together and you want to have it just sort of tucked away in the living room in the corner. It can hold art supplies, school supplies. It is a really, really great affordable option, and they had a really good deal for it on Amazon. Another place that I have found to be way better than anything I can find locally is these cloth bins. Now we have all different kinds. These are a little bit more durable. They've got the big rope to them. I also have just the simple cloth bins that go into the cube shelves, but these cloth bins are great for storing supplies, and they are considerably cheaper on Amazon than any other place. We have these in our school space, and they're holding different things. This one is all of our coloring books and our activity books, so my girls can easily go and grab those when they need. We've had them where they hold supplies for just the toys that my kids can only have access to during the school day. And so that's a great way to keep it kind of organized and separated. We also have one that's designated as our library book basket. So when we come home from the library, if you are not in middle school or above, you're not allowed to take your library books into your bedroom because they end up getting lost or broken or damaged. And so because of that, we have one bin where they can put all their library books in, and then they're welcome to pull them out of there and look at them around the house, but then they have to go back when they're done. I've also enjoyed getting different paper organizers over the years. Last year, I got sort of a notebook paper organizer. This year, I decided to go with an accordion file folder, and you guys will see more. I have a video coming up soon on how we're organizing our homeschool. You'll be able to see more of how we're going to do this. But this one actually can go out to, I believe it's 32 or 24 different slots that they have, and they have labels in the back, either if you want to organize things alphabetically or if you want to organize them some other way. My plan is to do weeks. And so this will have different worksheets that my daughter is working on for that specific week. It just helps me to keep it all organized, and it doesn't take up very much room. Final category is sort of our miscellaneous stuff. I couldn't figure out exactly what to categorize each of these under, but here are a few other favorites that we have from Amazon as we finish up this video. We love to get these small glass jars. I have them in a couple of different sizes that we utilize to hold snacks in our home. It allows me to buy in bulk without having to buy prepackaged snacks, and then every Saturday my kids are able to easily help me to wash fresh fruit, put it in these jars, or to put crackers or chips or nuts or whatever it is, and to have these divided out. We have a drawer in our fridge completely dedicated to these jars for snack time, and then one in our pantry as well for dry goods. This is something that's been hugely helpful for our family as far as functionality and as far as our budget. I also can't recommend enough these key tag holders and these bracelets. I need to emphasize these are two separate products that I bought and I combined together because I don't want you to order it and then get disappointed. With this is key tag holders that are designed to hold your keys, but that's not what we use them for. I went on Canva and created a daily routine for my child, and each key tag holder represents one of those tasks that she must complete each and every morning. I don't have this for all of my kids, but for my severely ADHD daughter, or maybe if you have young kids at home, this has been a lifesaver of a tool. It hangs on our wall, and each day she goes and grabs all the tasks and slides them onto her arm. As she does each task, she replaces it back up on the board, so I can easily see how much she has left over, and she doesn't forget what she was doing because she's literally wearing it on her arm. We've been using this now for a year and a half or so, and it has worked beautifully. I absolutely highly recommend doing this in your home. We also love our giant calendar. This is one of my Christmas gifts last year that I got, was this giant calendar that I could hang on my wall that kind of works as our command center for our family. It has big enough spaces where I can write everything for our family of 8. I originally started out color coding it and writing each kid's thing or each family member's thing in a different color. As the years progress, it's mostly whatever color pen I can find at the time, but it does help us to easily be able to see what's coming up. And especially as I have older kids now, it allows them to kind of keep track of things, or when they add on different events or activities or babysitting jobs or whatever it might be, they can add that on the schedule as well. Of course, Amazon is always a favorite for buying books, especially when there's great book deals. And speaking of book deals, be sure to subscribe because I have a book haul coming up very soon of books that I got from Amazon, Book Outlet, and from Thrift Books that you are not going to want to miss.